Hey, it's time for another episode of Learn Flute with me. In our last video, we practiced 4 notes on the head joint. I didn't get specific about how to start those notes, but in reality, about 99% of the time, we'll actually start a note with a specific plan for articulation. The word tonguing is also a synonym for articulation, so you might hear your teachers saying either of those words. So today we're going to get started on basic articulation. I generally like to use 2 as my standard. So just a gentle, simple 2, like the way you would normally say that word. There's nothing super athletic about it. Go ahead and say it with me and notice where your tongue strikes in your mouth. 2, 2. So you should notice that the tip of your tongue is hitting the back of your top teeth, about where those teeth meet up with your gum. Like not as far back as the roof of your mouth, but headed in that direction. If that's not what you're feeling, then let's try it again and make sure to bring your tongue to that spot. 2, 2. Notice there's no explosion to the sound of my T. It's just light, crisp, and simple. So to incorporate articulation into playing your head joint, you'll just use that simple strike of your tongue, like where it hits when you say 2, at the beginning of your exhalation. Obviously, we're going to take the vocal cords out of it. It's just going to be a t, t. We can practice this on our hands first. So go ahead and blow just a fast, steady stream of air on your hand. And now you're going to start that air again, keeping it steady, but you're going to add some 2s. So you should feel a very brief interruption of the air. Now let's do it again, and this time we'll start the air with a 2 as well. That's all there is to it. So now we're going to do it on our head joints. And I want you to take your time to make sure you find your best placement before you start. So if you need to, go ahead and hit pause on this video right now and just play a couple test notes to check and make sure that you feel good. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to play 4 notes that are low and then 4 of the high notes, like what we learned to do in our last video, by blowing lower and then higher across the hole with our embouchures. So notice that your tongue always strikes in the same place, even if your jaw moves to shift the direction of your airstream. So we are, we're still blowing up and down to change the octave, but although you'll do that to change pitches on the flute, you never need to shift your tongue. It will always hit in the same place. That is regardless of dynamic, regardless of octave, regardless of anything else that you're doing. So if you're not sure that's what you were doing, let's try it one more time. Make sure your tongue is always hitting in that one special 2 spot. There you are. You have your articulation sorted now. So like every new skill you've learned and all the new skills to follow, it might not be perfect every time at first, but the more you practice with correct form, the better it will get. So go ahead and give that a try for as long as you need to start feeling like this makes sense to you. And then when you're ready, you can pop on over to part 2 of this video and we can practice our first articulation exercise together.